Hey everybody, this is Eli Freestone and you're watching my Project 4 review video for Apple Objective-C1, term 1305. So first off, the chickens are still unfortunately in the house. We had the coop just about done and Mother Nature decided that she wasn't having it, she had different plans. So let's go ahead and get rolling here. So obviously if they do make some noise, I do apologize in advance. So we're displaying the iPad with Air Server. In this project, it didn't really give me any trouble. I did have, it did take me some time as always to really work through the logic, it's really just the way I think. I really have to break it down into different sections and then go from there. It tends to work out fairly well, but yeah, there is some flaws in it. So first off, I actually have the keyboard hiding every time you hit the login button, and as you can see, the background for the error actually turns red. So let's go ahead and enter in a username. We'll go with bacon since that's been kind of a running theme this month for some reason. And then it changes the background to blue. And then I also have it set up to display up to 9 characters before it will actually wrap into a 2-line and adjust the height. And I actually went with 9 characters because with most characters, because the width is different for each letter, you can fit up to 11 or 12 in it before we'll actually cut it off and add the dot dot dot. But if you use wider characters like W, especially capital W, you can maybe fit 7 capital W's before it cuts it off. So I figured 9 was just kind of a good compromise. And so yeah, and then I also overrode the height in the error, so if you delete all your username, it actually changes the height back down. So let's move on to the show date here. This one is just formatted the same way as the example show. I did it with the Unicode and then the info. And this one is actually one of the things that I think I could have done better with the assignment that I turned in. Let's actually get these guys out of the way here so I can show you what I'm talking about. The assignment I turned in didn't have a new break line. This guy back here, right here, the \n. So the first line went all the way through Elijah, and then Freestone was on its own line, and it bugged me. But I put it on the back burner to try and fix that, and unfortunately ended up running out of time. So I did actually do a little bit of research this morning. It was actually a really simple fix, but yeah, now it's actually displaying in 2 lines. Something else I think I could have done is I do have a bad habit when it comes to working out the logic because I break it down into little chunks. If I run into any issues or anything, I tend to look for the first fix for the issue and then just move on, where I should really be looking at different options for a fix and then kind of picking what's best. So I think that kind of ends up screwing with my logic in the long run, but that's something that I've been working on and trying to get better at. It's just kind of has to do with the way I think, I guess. And then there's actually one thing that I was kind of curious about, and it's actually the C macros, and specifically why they're always capitalized. It seems to be more of a best practice. I did do a little bit of research, but I couldn't find anywhere that specifically said this is best practice. If I saw macros being used in any Objective-C programming, though, it was almost always capitalized. But if it was in just plain C, it was kind of a mixed bag. Some were capitalized, some weren't. So yeah, I was just kind of curious if that was just best practice or if there's a specific reason for that beyond functionality, because I do know it does work with lowercase letters. So yeah, I guess that's about it. This has been Eli Freestone, Project 4 for AOC1, turn 1305. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.